Okay, yes, can everyone hear me? So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first session of Nyung Nä. I just wanted to mention before we begin, if for some reason we get cut off at any point, please just continue with the Nyung Nä Sadhana as much as you can. Hopefully we'll come back, but because you have all the schedule of the prayers we'll be doing, you can just continue with that in the book on your own. So let's begin the session just by sitting quietly for a few minutes together to center ourselves, and then we can begin the sadhana. anyone need something with the prayer, supplementary prayers we start with? Do you have a device with that? Or he might. Do you have the morning prayers? I need to start with the mantras. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start as in the schedule I sent out with some morning mantras and prayers. So that's not in the Nyung Nä book. It's a separate. You should have it should have been sent out to you. If for some reason you don't have, don't worry. You can just follow along with us. So sorry, we're just getting ready to get them here. So just bear with us for a moment. As we wait, you can just start considering your motivation for doing the practice, taking that all the suffering of the sentient beings and the wish to engage in this practice in order to be able to be of ultimate benefit in the future and also in the present time. Just take some moments to reflect on that, whatever way is meaningful for you. Okay. So we see we have this file, Virtual Nyung Nä Retreat Supplementary Prayers. The first session of each day, daily mantras. So we start by take your mala, rosary. And then we recite the mantra for blessing. And so you hold it in your cupped hands. Close the door. Mani Panatari Soha, Mani Panatari Soha, Mani Panatari Soha, Mani Panatari Soha. You see you blow on the mala after reciting. And next, the mantra to increase virtue, we recite 7 times. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Samara Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Smara Samara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Smara Samara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Smara Samara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Smara Samara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Smara Samara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Smara Samara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Om Sambara Sambara Bhimana Sarma Jaya Hum. Next, the mantra blessing the speech. I take refuge in the 3 rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the 3 rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the 3 rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. So first purify into emptiness. And then it says here, I arise as a deity, so as best we can, in this case, arise in the simple form of Avalokiteshvara, one face and 2 arms, the right hand holding a lotus and left hand granting sublime realizations. I arise as the deity. On my tongue, the syllable ah transforms into a moon. On top of it appears a white syllable om. Encircled by the Sanskrit vowels ali, canting clockwise, the red Sanskrit consonants kali sitting counterclockwise, and the blue heart mantra of dependent relation sitting clockwise. Light beams radiate from the syllable om and the mantra garland, hooking back the blessings and power of both mundane and supermundane speech in the form of the three mantras, the seven precious objects of a king's reign, and the eight auspicious signs. This includes the power of speech of beyond samsara, of the Buddhas, Arya Bodhisattvas abiding in the three pure bhumis, and arhats, as well as the power of speech, not beyond samsara, of those who are engaged in the path, and also of those sages who have actualized words of truth, and the great power in their speech. Due to the power of abiding in silence and living in morality, and abstaining from negative karmas of speech, the words of those sages have so much power that whatever they pray for is successful. All the blessings and power of the holy speech from those who are beyond samsara, and those who are not beyond, are hooked back in the aspect of the three mantras, seven precious objects of the king's reign, and the eight auspicious signs. Think that the whole sky is filled with these, and they absorb in the mantras in your tongue. So just be aware that the subsequent days I won't read all of these instructional verses. You can just read on your own. So now we recite the Sanskrit vowels 3 times. Om a I U Rivi Lilo Hama Soha. Om a I Rivi Lilo Hama Soha. Om a I Rivi Lilo Hama Soha. And next the consonants. Om ka 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 ga ta ta da da ni da ta 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 ra ba 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 ma ye va la va sha ta 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 soha. Om ka 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 ga ta 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 ni da ta 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 ba ta 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 na ba 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 ma ye va la va sha ta 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 soha. Om ka 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 ga ta 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 ni da ta 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 na. And then the heart mantra of dependent relation. Om yada maheta brababa heta da 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 wavada dashanai nurdeva mani mashamanai soham. Om yada maheta brababa heta da 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 wavada dashanai nurdeva mani mashamanai soham. Om yada maheta brababa heta da 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 wavada dashanai nurdeva mani mashamanai soham. And don't worry if you can't say these mantras as fast as we are saying them, just recite them at your own pace. Doesn't matter if you don't finish all 3. The heart mantra of dependent relation absorbs into the consonants into the vowels, and the vowels into the syllable om, and the om into the moon cushion. That transforms into a syllable ah. The ah melts into pink nectar and absorbs into my tongue, which becomes the nature of Vavadru. So again, these words in small letters, you can just read on your own if you like. You don't recite them. May my tongue have all the courage of the ones gone to bliss. By the power of my glorious words, may all sin and beings be subdued, and the meanings of whatever I say be constantly. Nama 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 dida da 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 dida da 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 dida da 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 nam bobari sari ni sari mami sari kita wara soha. Nama 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 dida da 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 nam dida da 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 dida da 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 nam. Om bobari sari ni sari mami sari wara soha. Om Namah Navada Dagadaka Degadam Nivilagadam Didugadazaranan Om Bhavani Sari Nitsari Monikadazari Ware Soha. Next, the month should help by the Buddha Durden Gawacho. Om Hriyade Zavada Dagada Hridaya Gabi Zavada Banda Dagada Gabi Nagana Haragade Zadazadare Babum Zavada Dagada Zamanda Aishinikada Bibadabadazadare Soha. Om Hide Zavada Dagada Hridaya Gabi Zavada Banda Gabi Savahaya Zadagazaraya Zababum Zavada Dagadaga Samana Ishinagada Bimada Vidatanai Sohan. Om Hide Zavada Dagada Hridaya Gabi Zavada Dagada Gabi Savahaya Zadagazaraya Babum Zavada Dagada Samana Ishinagada Bimada Vidatanai Sohan. And the holy name mantra that fulfills wishes. Additions of buzzes and galbala check solo. Additions of buzzes and galbala check solo. Additions of buzzes and galbala check solo. Tayata om dare 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 barani soho. Dare barani soho. Dare barani soho. So we just recite this on our own for a few times. Okay, so now we go to the Nyung Nä book or the Nyung Nä file if you have the PDF. I won't say the page numbers because I think most of you have the PDF file, which is different page numbers from the book that I have. So I'll just mention the prayers that we're doing, and it should say the page number if you have the file, so you can find it. So the first prayer is the calling the Guru from afar. It's at the beginning of the book. So I said we'll do this in English the first day because it's a little faster, and also we know the meaning. But on subsequent days, we can chant it in Tibetan. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. The wisdom of all Buddhas, one taste for the great bliss Dharmakaya, is itself the ultimate nature of all kind lamas. I beseech you, Lama Dharmakaya, please guide me always without separation, this life, future lives, in the bardo. Wisdom's own illusory appearance, the conqueror with 7 branches, is itself the ultimate basis of emanation of all kind lamas. I beseech you, Lama Sambhogakaya, please guide me always without separation, this life, future lives, in the bardo. The play of various emanations suiting the dispositions of the many to be subdued, is itself the behavior of the Sambhogakaya of the kind lamas. I beseech you, Lama Namanakaya, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, in the bardo. The play of the inseparable 3 kayas appearing in the form of the lama, is itself one with the very essence of all kind lamas. I beseech you, Lama, the inseparable 3 kayas, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, in the bardo. All the infinite, peaceful, and earthly idams are also the Lama's nature. And since no idam exists apart from the kind Lama, I beseech you, Lama, who comprises all the idams, please guide me out without separation in this life, future lives, in the bardo. Ordinary form of all Buddhas arises in the aspect of the Lama. Therefore, no Buddhas are observed apart from the kind Lama himself. I beseech you, Lama, who comprises all Buddhas, please guide me also without separation in this life, future lives, in the bardo. The very form of all conquerors, wisdom, compassion, and power arises as the Lama. Therefore, the supreme Arya lords of the 3 families are also the kind Lama himself. I beseech you, Lama, who combines 3 families in one. Please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, in the bardo. The 105 and 3 families are from many elaborated by the Lama. The pervasive master in whom they are all included is also the Lama. I beseech you, Lama, as master of all the families, please guide me all to that separation in this life, future lives, in the Bardo. The creator of all Buddhas, Dharma, and the Sangha is the Lama, the one who combines all three refuges is the kind Lama. I beseech you, Lama, whose presence combines all refuges, you guide me all to that separation in this life, future lives, in the Bardo. Thinking of how the actual form of all the Buddhas arises in the aspect of the Lama, and mercifully guides me, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of how you showed the excellent unmistaken path to me, and an unfortunate wretched being abandoned by all the Buddhas reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of this excellent body, highly meaningful and difficult to obtain, wishing to take its essence with an erring choice between gain and loss, happiness and suffering, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the experience of not knowing what to do when the great fear of death suddenly descends upon me, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the experience of just now suddenly separating from all the perfections of this life and going on alone reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the experience of my naked body falling into the terrifying fires of hell and being unable to bear it reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking how the suffering of hunger and thirst without a drop of water is directly experienced the unfortunate Preta Rama reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of how very repulsive and wretched it is to become a foolish, stupid animal, what it would be like to experience it myself reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of a refuge to protect me from this, since I am now just about to fall into the wretched state of bad migration, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of how white and black actions are experienced, and how to practice thorough and precise engagement and restraint, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of a method to escape this prison of endless existences, the source of all suffering, reminds me of you, Lama. Thinking of the plight of my pitiful old mothers who wasted his space, fallen amidst the fearful inners of no samsara and tormented there, reminds me of you, Lama. Therefore, Lama, please bless me to generate in my mental continuum effortless experience of the profound three principles of the path in the two stages. Please bless me to strive in one pointed practice of the three trainings with the enhanced thought of renunciation, in order to reach the secure state of liberation. Please to train in the dresser's bodhicitta with its special attitude, taking responsibility to liberate all migrators by myself alone. Please bless me to follow after the ocean of conquerors with the will to cross the very end of the great waves, the deeds of the conqueror's sons. Please bless me to realize the supreme view, free of extremes, which emptiness and dependent arising, appearance and emptiness, complement each other. Please bless me to quickly generate the experience of taking the three kayas into the path, ripening the basis of birth, death, and bardo. Please bless me to arise as the illusory divine body itself, the play of the four joys and the four emptinesses, the winded mind absorbed in the central channel. Please bless me to meet the ultimate Lama at the bare face of my innate mind, with the covering of perception of true existence and perceiving it as true removed. Please bless me to be one with the three secrets Lama and the vast Dharmakaya of great bliss, which has exhausted the elaboration of the two obscurations. In short, please abide inseparably in the center of my heart until the great enlightenment, and mercifully bless me the child to follow after you the Father. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. And the last two verses on the next page. May I not arise heresy even for a second in regard to the actions of the glorious Guru. May I see whatever actions are done as pure. With this devotion may I receive the Guru's blessings in my heart. Magnificent and precious root Guru, please abide in the lotus seat of my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. For the next page again, we do the mantra of the lotus family. Om Bhanu Bhavaya Soham. Om Bhanu Bhavaya Soham. Bhanu Bhavaya Soham. Om Bhanu Bhavaya Soham. Om Bhanu Bhavaya Soham. Om Zavadhada Gada Gaya Bhakshida Vadrapana Mena Zavadhada Gada Vadrapadana Paranam Karumi. Offering myself totally at all times to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions, till reaching the essence of enlightenment, I request the Buddhas and great Bodhisattvas to accept me. Please grant me the unsurpassed attainment. Next, we start with taking the restoring and purifying ordination. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth may become a Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth may become a Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. My collections of generosity and so forth may become a Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. With the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge at the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness in the presence of the Buddhas, for the benefit of my sentient beings, that they generate the thought of enlightenment. With the thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge at the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness, for the presence of the Buddhas, for the benefit of sentient beings, I generate the thought of enlightenment. With a thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I always go for refuge at the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness, in the presence of the Buddhas for the benefit of sentient beings, I generate the thought of enlightenment. I go for refuge at the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and I shall generate bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate bodhicitta. I go for refuge until enlightenment to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. I shall generate the bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate bodhicitta. I go for refuge until enlightenment to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. I shall generate bodhicitta for the sake of achieving the welfare of myself and others. O Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and residing in the 10 directions, please listen. For the sake of achieving complete enlightenment, from now on I shall generate bodhicitta. Everywhere may the ground be pure, clear the roughness of pebbles and so forth. May it be in the nature of sapphire and as smooth as the palm of one's hand. So now we kneel for the invocation verse. And I showed you the mudra yesterday, I'll show it briefly again. And we'll recite this in Tibetan so that we can chant it together. So again, interlacing your fingers and then with the index fingers pointing. Okay, now we can sit again. May human and divine offerings, actually arranged and mentally created, clouds of finest Samantabhadra offerings fill the entire space. Om Namo Bhagavate Varasana Bhagavate Hate Samyakam Budaya Tayadaham Vade Vade Mahavade Mahadida Vade Mahadida Vade Mahaburi Jida Vade Amburi Mana Mana Masanga Mana Vade Zavagama Abhagana Vijayana Vade Zoham Om Namo Bhagavate Varasana Bhagavate Hate Samyakam Budaya Yadam Vare Vare Ma Vare Ma Dida Vare Ma Dida Vare Ma Buri Dida Vare Nirvana Masaka Mana Vare Zavaka Mahavagana Vijayana Vare Zoha Om Namo Bhagavate Varasana Bhagavate Yara Budaya Ayada Om Vare Vare Ma Vare Ma Ride Vare Ma Ride Vare Ma Vare Jida Vare Vare Manama Sanga Vare Vare Zavaga Ma Vare Vare Vijarana Vare Khor. By the power of truth of the three rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed two collections, and the sphere of phenomena being clear and inconceivable, may these piles of clouds of offerings arising to transformation by the Bodhisattvas, Arya Samadhabhadra, Manjushri, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equal in the sky, arise in the presence of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions be received. So now we stand and make 2 sets of 3 prostrations. So I'll recite this so you don't need to worry about reciting it if you don't have it memorized. Om Namo Manjushri Namo Sushri Namo Shri Soham. Om Namo Manjushri Namo Sushri Namo Shri Soham. Om Namo Manjushri Namo Sushri Namo Shri Soham. To the founder Bhagavan Tathagata Ahart Buddha, glorious Kranka Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. To the founder Bhagavan Tathagata Ahart Buddha, a glorious conqueror Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. To the founder Bhagavan Tathagata Ahart Buddha, glorious conqueror Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. And then return to the 7th prayer. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind. I present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imagined. I declare all my negative actions and downfalls accumulated since beginningless time. I rejoice in the virtue of all Aryas and ordinary beings. Please remain unto the end of existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for my greeting beings. I dedicate my own and others' virtues to the great enlightenment. So now we do the mandala offerings. So if you have a mandala, you can do, but if not, it's okay. You can just make the mudra of the mandala offering. Jingambu hoju hon bendu bume ha om wandu ge daji om bendu ge ha om dirare go yugi go euzuri ga bare ra nalu babo no jambuling nu balanjo dangrami Udalu bangaya dangaya Yudan Dalan Jojo Draminian Dan Draminian Gita Rimboje Rewa Bazangi Jin Dojo Eba Mamo Bai Lodo Olo Rimboje Nobu Rimboje Sunmo Rimboje Lumbo Rimboje Ambo Rimboje Nadu Rimboje Dejun Rimboje Dejun Bui Bomba Yema Drwama Luma Gama Meduma Dugoma Nanduma Drijama Nima Dawa Rimboje Duja Embergewe gelden uzularami bedre bunzun zoba mazan wame bazan jini doa. Ida dünjen zawaram gibar jebe belden lamadan banandam. Gibar diyan pajuk duje jembu lazo goran jeba namla jingam buage. Duje drowe don duje zuzo jene don dokzo drowa mange namge dharan yambe zenjen tamjela zugze wa jembo gone jingi labdu zo zajivo So next we do the actual taking of the vows. So with a fervent mind, think, I must achieve the precious state of complete Buddhahood for the sake of all, mother sentient beings equal to space. Therefore I shall take the Mahayana restoring and purifying meditation and practice it well until sunrise tomorrow. For 10 billion aliens, equaling the number of grains of sand in the Pacific Ocean, if one offers umbrellas, flags, garlands of light offerings of food and drink with a calm mind, or if one offers service to 100 billion, 10 billion Buddhas, when the Harley Dhamma has become extremely rare, the teachings of the victorious one have stopped, the merit of somebody who is enjoying living in one vow for one day and night is particularly more exalted than having made all his offerings. So first, now we stand to make 3 prostrations. You can just do short length prostrations. You don't need to do full length prostrations here. And I'll come back and kneel. Then visualize Avalokiteshvara in the space in front of you. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. Just as the previous Tathagatas are perfectly the Buddhas, who like the divine wise horse and the good elephant that had to be done, formed actions, laid down the burden, subsequently attained their own welfare, completely exhausted the fetters to existence, and had perfect speech, well-liberated mind, and well-liberated wisdom, who will for all sentient beings in order that the benefit, in order to liberate, in order to eliminate famine, in order to eliminate war, in order to stop the harm of the 4 elements, in order to eliminate sickness, in order to complete the certain practices, money with enlightenment, in order to intellectualize the expressed result of perfect complete enlightenment, perfectly perform the storing and purifying ordination. Similarly, also my heart calls in the Gache from this time, as an as tomorrow, who will for all sentient beings, in order to benefit and liberate, in order to eliminate famine, in order to eliminate war, in order to stop the harm in the 4 elements, in order to eliminate sickness, in order to complete the different practices, the monies with enlightenment. It is an excellent the unspecified result of perfect complete enlightenment, perfectly undertake the storing and purifying ordination. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. Just as the previous Tathagata of the Kitabiti Buddha Zoo, like the divine wise horse, Nugeta elephant what had to be done, formed actions, laid down the burden, subject to attain their own welfare, to be exhausted fetish to existence, and a perfect speech, well-liberated mind, and well-liberated wisdom, full of all sentient beings in order to benefit and to liberate, and to eliminate famine, and to eliminate war, and sort the harm of the 4 elements, and to eliminate sickness, and to fully complete the servant practices of medicine with enlightenment, and to actualize the unexpressed result of perfect complete enlightenment, perfectly perform the stirring and purifying ordination. Similarly, also my home calls in the Gache from the signs and our centers tomorrow, but for all sentient beings, in order to the benefit, and order to liberate, in order to eliminate famine, and eliminate war, and to harm the 4 elements, and eliminate sickness, to complete the different practices and methods with enlightenment, and to exercise the unexpressed result of perfect complete enlightenment, to perfectly undertake the stirring and purifying ordination. While Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, please pay attention to me. This is the previous Sadhaka heart with the Kidvita like the divine white source and the good elephant that had to be done. Performed actions laid down the burdens of dignity and their own welfare, exhausted the fetters to existence, had perfect speech, well-liberated minds, and well-liberated wisdom. Welfare for all sentient beings in order to benefit and order to liberate, and to eliminate famine and eliminate war, so to harm the 4 elements and eliminate sickness, and that if it complete the second practices of monies with enlightenment, and that if it actually the possessors thought to perfectly complete enlightenment, perfectly perform the stirring and purifying ordination. Similarly, also my human called in the Gache from the signs on the sinners tomorrow, will purify all sentient beings of the benefit of to liberate, and to eliminate famine, and to eliminate war, stop to harm the 4 elements in order to eliminate sickness, and that if it complete the certain practices of monies with enlightenment, method of actualize the unpossessed result of perfect complete enlightenment. So perfectly undertake the storing and purifying ordination. From now on I shall not kill. I shall not steal others' possessions. I shall not engage in sexual activity. I shall not speak false words. Because many mistakes arise from intoxicants, I shall avoid intoxicants. I shall not sit on large, higher, expensive beds. I shall not eat food at the wrong times. I shall not use perfumes, garlands, or ornaments. I shall avoid singing, dancing, and playing music. This is the art of avoiding wrong actions such as taking the lives of others. So shall I avoid wrong actions such as taking the lives of others. May I quickly attain enlightenment in the world which is experiencing the various sufferings, be released from the ocean of cyclic existence. Now sit back in your seat. Umamogajila Zambara Bara Bara Mahashuda Zadra Baba Vibhushin Buddha Dara Dara Zamanda Havaragide Umbe Zuham Umamogajila Zambara Bara Bara Mahashuda Zadra Baba Vibhushin Buddha Dara Dara Zamanda Havalugide Humbe Zuha Wamamugashila Sambara Bara Bara Mahashuddha Zanma Baba Vibhushid Uddadara dara zamanda abalugide umbezuo. Om Namo Gajana Sambhava. Abalugide umbezuo. You'll notice here that in brackets there's a second sambara, so that actually, I believe recently Lama Zopa Rinpoche had mentioned it was good to do that. So it's optional. You can do with the one sambara or the two sambaras, either when you recite the mantra. May I maintain faultless morality of the Dharma rules and immaculate morality. May I complete the perfection of moral conduct by completing morality purely and untainted by pride. May the precious mind of Supreme Bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, that it has in room not diminish but increase more and more. Because of the merits of taking the ordination and keeping the precepts, may I and all sentient beings achieve the two enlightened holy bodies created by the two vast accumulations of merit and transcendental wisdom. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, gain the notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled, but the mind bound or depression. And the blind see forms, the deaf hear sounds. And those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored and finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food, and the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, the weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope and constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and no stone bears bear fruit. May all those who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. May whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and the people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Okay, so now there are requests to the lineage gurus. So we'll do the chantable version, which is in the appendix. So you should have the page number um, in your guide. It's in Appendix 13 back. So as we recite this, just to visualize the Nyung Nä, the lineage lamas, and the space in front in a line, stacked one on top of each other. So the first one at the top, gradually coming down to you. In space like Dharma Kaya, 100,000 clouds gather with water out, compassion free from body, granting a reign of cities to benefit all beings, to skillful Padma, Ani I make request. To the Giloma Pamo, who's gone to supreme freedom, Chandra Kumara, master of the 5 arts. to Harya Yeshizam, strong effort, faith, and patience, to these three friends of beings I make request. To Penya of Nepal, supreme among scholars, the Wagelsen, emanation of Chenrezig, to Nipo Choki Dram, who's mastered realizations, to these great bodhisattvas I make request. Incarnate Dorji Gyalpo, Bodhisattva with relics, O great and humble scholar Jantan Traji. Compassionate John Bell, who spreads moralities and illuminators of the path I request. Dewajan who attain countless concentrations to John Jubar, who sees the gods in Iran. Yeshebum who possesses a treasury of virtues, to you who fulfill wishes I make request. Domezang who obtain power of Bodhicitta, Cherub my Treya's manifestation. To Zuldrum who protects migrators with compassion, do you work for others I make request. To you Yondan Rinchen, holy leader of beings, Wang Chuje who has mastered Buddha's teaching. To Gyabju Bel who guides countless embodied beings, to you living the doctrine I make request. To Ensaba the hero, who mastered all the hearts, to Sangye Yeshe, who fulfills all our hopes. The Zangzhugen who sees all the objects of knowledge, to these three holy saviors I make request. To Damse Dorje with all supreme realizations, Lozang Yeshe, Lord over all the families. To Dunyu Kedrub Jem, who clarifies the whole path to these lamps of the doctrine I make request. To Ngong Chogden with the wisdom of the five no Kelzong Gilzum, the seven Dalai Lama, teaching the doctrine of this good henceforth Savior, you clarifying Lama I make request. Manifestation of compassion and sharp wisdom, unified in all pervading pure nature, appearing as an ocean of deities and mandalas to aspects of Chenrezig I make request. Padmapani, while you are enjoying the Buddha, you constantly protect us like your own child. As we drink the essence of the Mahayan's pure nectar, bless us with our three doors to only please you. Please grant to us your blessings, to renounce all samsara, to not desire joys of personal peace, to generate a supreme mind wishing to liberate all mothers vast, space from all their suffering. Please bless us to not grasp at ordinary appearance by holding divine pride with clear appearance of the 6 deities, suchness, mantra, sound letters, perfect body, with marks, mudra, hands high. Please bless us to achieve all supreme realizations by 4 branch repetitions, concentration, and actualize samadhi with the yoga of the absorbs into fire and into sound. Please bless us to destroy both obscurations fully, having gained merit and the concentration, which like space is freed from, focus on true existence, which grants the immaculate liberation. Please bless us to attain the radiating body of wisdom clearly, seeing all existence, to act spontaneously, to ripen and liberate each of the 5 classes of transmigrators. So now return to the instantaneous generation. So when we generate ourselves here again as the two-armed simple version of Avalokiteshvara. I instantaneously arise as the holy body of the great compassionate one. So now we do the blessing of the action vows. So we only did this today, this first session. Om Bhamanda Great Home Be Om Sabhava Judo Zavadama Sabhava Judo Om. The action vows become just empty. From within emptiness, the syllable Bam appears, and it transforms into a precious white vase, complete in all characteristics. A long neck, large belly, and a lip overhanging the mouth. Om Bhamanda Great Home Be Om. Padma home pay. Padma Zamaya Malablaya, the other Mabawa, Suraganababa, Subaganabara, Rakmabawa, Sardiniba, Kamasuka, made from Haha, Sabada, Baraman, Zubama, Masumaya, So now we do blessing the offerings. You see here the visualization that we do. So I'll only mention it once, but every subsequent time when we recite the action mantra, we do this visualization of the wrathful two-armed Hayagrivas who drive away the obstacles and expel them to the far shore of the ocean. Om Bhamanda Great Hom Om Zabhava Judo Zavadama Zabhava Judo Om. The offering substance become just empty. From within emptiness, from the soul of broom, vast and extensive, the precious vessels arise. Within each, the syllable Om melts into light, from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty in nature, they have the aspect of the individual types of offerings and function to bestow a special uncontaminated bliss. We should actually recite the mudras, the mantras for the offerings here. It doesn't have them. You have them. Okay, it's not in my book. But okay, so we recite these mantras for the offerings while making the offerings. Not making the offerings. We just blessing the offerings. Om Agama, Om Bhadyama, Om Pushbeya, Om Dubya, Om Alakya, Om Gendaya, Om Nevadya, Om Shabda. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. For my collections of generosity and so forth, I become a Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. For my collections of generosity and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. For my collections of generosity and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all migrating beings. The thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I shall always go for refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With the perseverance acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness for the presence of the Buddhas, benefit of all sentient beings that generate the thought of full enlightenment. The thought desiring to liberate migrating beings, I also go for refuge with the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness for the presence of the Buddhas, benefit of all sentient beings that generate the thought of full enlightenment. Without desiring to liberate transmigrating beings, I also go for refuge with the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, till the heart of enlightenment is achieved. Perseverance acting with wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness for the presence of the Buddhas, the benefit of sentient beings that generate the thought of full enlightenment. Light rays emanate from the white tree that rests on the moon disk at the heart of oneself, visualized as a great compassionate one. Invoking from the natural abode, Guru Arya of great compassionate one, having the aspect of 11 faces, surrounded by the lineage gurus, the assembly of deities of the great compassionate one, and an assembly of meditational deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas, and Dakinis, noble protectors and guardians, all abiding in the space before me on a wide-stemmed, thousand-petaled lotus. So now we stand and make prostrations. Embodying all Buddhas and holders of the bhajan, roots of the three sublime ones, to all Gurus I prostrate. One never tires of seeing your Vajra body's beauty. its qualities beyond thought. To Guru's forms I prostrate. Melodious Brahma light speech, who is like the mighty lion, terrifies non-believers. To Guru's speech I prostrate. Wisdom of bliss and voidness, like spaces free of concepts, dwelling in triple freedom. To Guru's minds I prostrate. Sugata's Dharmakaya, you seal six round beams. Your legend that pervades all, Amitabha I prostrate. Who helps according to need, with eyes of thousand Buddhas, with arms of thousand monarchs. To Chenrezig I prostrate. Tekini Lakshman Kara, Narianda Vajunin. Yeje Zombo the Gelsen, the lineage I prostrate. Chenrezig's great compassion, Manjushri's mindful knowing. Sumgapa jewel of Caesars, Mazandraba I prostrate. Guarding with great compassion, oceans of boundless merit. Founders who are all-knowing, Tadakatas I prostrate. The path of sublime meaning, which frees us from our passions, frees us from suffering realms. To Dharma's peace I prostrate. Fighting in three trainings, showing the path of freedom. Endowed with realization, sublime Sangha I prostrate. Born into the Shakya clan, destroyer of all evils. Formed like a golden mountain, to Shakya's king I prostrate. A refuge for the guideless, you prevent untimely death. Chief of the guides of this world, Amitayas I prostrate. Bhagavan with great compassion, you cleanse three poison sickness. Purify bad migrations, Lampas Buddha I prostrate. You with youthful appearance, adorned with lamp of wisdom, dispel darkness of three worlds. To Manjushri I prostrate. Much praised by all the Buddhas, vast merits you collected. Given the name Chenrezig, always to you I prostrate. Sengedra Hanijinor Pamagawa Dhamyasha. Into you hala hala, who Chenrezig I prostrate. Bagendor Jechu Honju, Jingona Hari Hari. Aryas of 10 directions, all Chenrezigs I prostrate. Tari frees from samsara, to Tari from the atheist. Tari frees from all disease, Mother Tara I prostrate. You scare as Mahabala, his mantra king, your virtues. Having all the unsubdued, Vajrapani I prostrate. Equaling all the atoms of earth, my body is prostrate. With confidence unshaking, to all those worthy of praise. Homage to the youthful Arya Madushi. You lions among humans, of past, present, and future. In all corners of this world, well, my three doors I bow. By power of this prayer, seeing Buddhas directly, I bow to them with bodies as many as all atoms. On each atom are Buddhas, as many as all atoms. Like this I have conviction that everywhere are Buddhas. Acclaiming all these Buddhas within us oceans of praise. Ocean-like bloody sounds, I sing through God his praises. The best of all the flowers, brilliant symbols and ointments, and parasols and incense I offer to the conquerors. Supreme fragrances, garments, a mount mirror of medicines, exquisite things well displayed I offer to the conquerors. With strong faith and good actions I prostrate to all conquerors, and offer them these offerings extensive and unsurpassed. So now we go to the limb of offerings. Offering goddesses arise from the syllable free at one's heart and make offerings. Maria Luis Vara Zapari Vara Agam Pratija Maria Luis Vara Zapari Vara Adyam Pratija Maria Luis Vara Zapari Vara Ujbe Pratija Maria Lugis Vara Zabari Vara Dube Pradija Zuham Maria Lugis Vara Zabari Vara Aluge Bradijazuha Umaria Lugi Vara Zabariwa Yende Bradijazu Umaria Lugi Vara Zabariwa Nivedye Bradijazuha Umaria Lugi Vara Zabariwa Jana Bradijazu. So we'll just do a short mandala offering here because we're a little short on time in the first session. Zajibulgi Jugi Meido Ramri Rabli From the limb of confession, this first verse we recite together. Whatever evil I have done with my body, speech, and mind, under the control of attachment, hatred, and confusion, ignorance, I confess them all individually. So now we stand and make prostrations. We won't do all the long mantras here in this session. Maybe other sessions we'll do them. So now stand for prostration to the 35 Buddhas. Om Namo Manjushri Namasu Shri Mahutama Shri Soha. Om Namo Manjushri Namasu Shri Mahutama Shri Soha. Om Namo Manjushri Namasu Shri Mahutama Shri Soha. I did the Gajatu at all times, take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I did the Gajatu at all times, take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I did the Gajatu at all times, take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the founder, Bhagavan, Hara 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 Hara, Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. To the Ragada, the with the Buddha, essence I prostrate. To the Ragada, radiant jewel I prostrate. To the Ragada, King Lord of the Nagas I prostrate. To the Ragada, army of heroes I prostrate. To the Ragada, army of heroes, delighted I prostrate. To the Ragada, jewel fire I prostrate. To the Ragada, jewel moonlight I prostrate. To the Ragada, meaningful to see I prostrate. To the Ragada, jewel moon I prostrate. To the Ragada, stainless one I prostrate. To the Ragada, sword with courage I prostrate. To the Ragada, pure one I prostrate. To the Ragada, the sword of purity I prostrate. To the Ragada, water God I prostrate. To the Ragada, deity of the water God I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious goodness I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious sandalwood I prostrate. To the Ragada, infinite splendor I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious light I prostrate. To the Ragada, sorrowless glory I prostrate. To the Ragada, son of thine craving I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious flower I prostrate. To the Ragada, pure light race clear and knowing by play I prostrate. To the Ragada, lotus light race clear and knowing by play I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious wealth I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious mindfulness I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious name wandering down I prostrate. To the Ragada, king holding the victory banner for enormous power I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious one utterly subduing I prostrate. To the Ragada, utterly victorious in battle I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious champion for subduing I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious manifestation, illuminating all I prostrate. To the Ragada, also doing true lotus I prostrate. To the Ragada, a heart of the Buddha, king lord of the mountains, firmly to the lotus I prostrate. To the Ragada, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha I prostrate.
Tagada thoroughly destroying the larger essence I prostrate. Tagada radiant jewel I prostrate. Tagada king lord of the nuggets I prostrate. Tagada army of heroes I prostrate. Tagada delighted hero I prostrate. Tagada jewel fire I prostrate. Tagada jewel moonlight I prostrate. Tagada jewel meaningful to see I prostrate. Tagada Tagada glorious moon I prostrate. Tagada stainless one I prostrate. Tagada bestowed with courage I prostrate. Tagada pure one I prostrate. Tagada bestowed with purity I prostrate. Tagada water God I prostrate. Tagada deity of the water God I prostrate. Tagada glorious mind, glorious goodness I prostrate. Tagada glorious sandalwood I prostrate. Tagada infinite splendor I prostrate. Tagada glorious light I prostrate. Tagada starless glory I prostrate. Tagada son of man craving I prostrate. Tagada glorious flower I prostrate. Tagada pure light race clearly known by play I prostrate. Tagada lotus light race clearly known by play I prostrate. To the Tagada glorious wealth I prostrate. Tagada glorious mindfulness I prostrate. Tagada glorious name while they down I prostrate. Tagada King Khor, the victor of our foremost power I prostrate. Tagada glorious one, totally subduing I prostrate. Tagada utterly victorious in battle I prostrate. Tagada glorious transcendence who subduing I prostrate. Tagada all glorious manifestations illuminating all I prostrate. Tagada all subduing Jewel Lotus I prostrate. Tagada heart, the Buddha. King Lord of the Mountains, firmly seated in the Jewel Lotus I prostrate. The Bhagavan Tagada heart, the Buddha, glorious conqueror Mini Buddha I prostrate. Tagada the third is strong of our distance I prostrate. Tagada the radiant jewel I prostrate. Tagada King Lord of the Nuggets I prostrate. Tagada army of heroes I prostrate. Tagada lighted hero I prostrate. Tagada jewel fire I prostrate. To the Tagada jewel moonlight I prostrate. To the Tagada meaningful to see I prostrate. To the Tagada jewel moon I prostrate. To the Tagada stainless one I prostrate. To the Tagada bestowed with courage I prostrate. To the Tagada pure one I prostrate. To the Tagada bestowed with purity I prostrate. To the Tagada water God I prostrate. To the Tagada deity for water God I prostrate. That I glorious goodness I prostrate, that I got a glorious sandalwood I prostrate, that I got infinite splendor I prostrate, that I got a glorious light I prostrate, that I got a starless glory I prostrate, that I got a son of uncraving I prostrate, that I got a glorious flower I prostrate, that I got a pure light race clearly known by play I prostrate, that I got a lotus light race clearly known by play I prostrate, so that I got a glorious wealth I prostrate, that I got a glorious mindfulness I prostrate, that I got a glorious name while they down I prostrate, that I got a king of the nuggets I prostrate. Oh no, King Gudagada, King of the Victor, banner, foremost power, I prostrate. Gudagada, glorious one, totally subduing, I prostrate. Gudagada, glory, utterly victorious in battle, I prostrate. Gudagada, glory, transcendent to subduing, I prostrate. Gudagada, also glorious manifestation to believe all, I prostrate. Gudagada, also doing Jewel Lotus, I prostrate. Gudagada, heart, but big and Buddha. King Lord of the Mountains, firmly seated in Jewel Lotus, I prostrate. To the Bhagavan, Hara, Dagada, heart, Pathaka, Bida, the Buddha. Renowned glorious King of excellent signs, I prostrate. The Bhagavan had a good heart, but the Buddha, King of glorious sound, brilliant rate of skill. Firmly, towards our jewels, moon and lotus, I prostrate. The Ragada heart, Bhagavan had a good heart, but the Buddha, same as excellent gold, illuminating jewel who accomplishes all conduct, I prostrate. The Bhagavan had a good heart, but the Buddha, spring glory, free from glorious one, free from sorrow, I prostrate. The Bhagavan had a heart, but the Buddha, blood association, I proclaim Dharma, I prostrate. To the Bhagavan had a real heart, but the Buddha, clearly that the play is supreme wisdom and ocean of Dharma, I prostrate. The Bhagavan had a heart, but the Buddha, medicine deity, king of sapphire light, I prostrate. So now return to your seat, we will recite the confession verse together. Confession prayer. All you 35 Buddhas, 7 medicine Buddhas, and others, as many Tathagata Ahar, perfect Buddhas as there are, existing, sustaining, and residing in the world systems of 10 directions. All you Buddha Bhagavans, please pay attention to me. This life and all the states of rebirth in which I have circled in samsara throughout beginningless lives. Whatever negative actions I have created, made others created, duration the creation of. Whatever possessions of stupid, possessions of the Sangha, possessions of the 10 directions I have appropriated, it was appropriated duration the appropriation of. Whichever among the 5 actions of immediate retribution I have done, caused to be done, or endorsed the doing of, whichever of the 10 non-virtuous paths of action I have engaged in, caused to engage in, endorsed the engaging of, whatever I have done, being obscured by these karmas, that it causes me to be born as a sentient being in the hell realm, the animal realm, and the Preta realm, in irreligious countries as the barbarian, as long life god, with imperfect faculties, holding wrong views, and not being pleased with Buddha's descent. In the presence of the Bhagavans who are transcendental wisdom, who are eyes, who are witnesses, who are valid, and who are see with mission consciousness, I made I confess all these negativities. I do not conceal them nor hide them, and from now on in the future I will abstain and refrain from giving them again. Buddha Bhagavan, please pay attention to me. So I can all those states of rebirth in which I have circled in samsara throughout beginningless life. Whatever roots of virtue are created by generosity, even just a little giving just one mouthful of food to a being born in the animal realm. Whatever roots of virtue are created by guarding morality, whatever roots of virtue are created by following their conduct, whatever roots of virtue are created by following ripening sentient beings, whatever roots of virtue are created by venerating bodhicitta, whatever roots of virtue are created by my unsurpassed friend love of wisdom, and all these assembled and gathered, combined together, I fully dedicated to the unsurpassed, unexcelled, that higher to the higher, that superior. Thus I dedicated the highest perfect complete enlightenment. This is the previous Buddha Bhagavans have already dedicated it. This future Buddha Bhagavans will fully dedicate. This is the presently abiding Buddha Bhagavans are fully dedicating. To are dedicated fully. I confess all negativities individually, rejoice in all merits. I urge and request all the Buddhas may achieve the supreme, perilous, fearless, transcendental wisdom. The conqueror is the best of humans, those who are living in the present time, those living in the past, those who will likewise come, those who have qualities as vast as an infinite ocean, the hands folded I go approach to refuge. Okay, so skip the general confession here. Go right to the completion of the 7th offering. I rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and 10 directions, solitary realizers, here still training, and those beyond, and of all transmigratory beings. You are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's initiation to the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you may actualize Terra Nirvana. Please stay with us for ends and endless atoms of the world, the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight virtue I have accumulated by prostrating, offering, and confessing, rejoicing and requesting that I dedicate it all to full awakening. Mamo gajila zambara bara bara mahashura sarva bama vibhushita buddha dara dara samanda havalugide humbezo. Om Mamo gajila zambara bara bara mahashura sarva bama vibhushita buddha dara dara samanda havalugide humbezo. Om Namo Gajila Sambara Bara Bara Mahajura Zala Baba Vibhushi Buddha Dara Dara Zamanda Avalagide Umbezo. Buddha Dara Dara Zamanda Avalagide Umbezo. And maintain faultless morality of the Dharma rules and immaculate morality. May complete the perfection of moral conduct by keeping morality purely untainted by pride. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings ever be separated from the happiness that knows no suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment and hatred to those held close and distant. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness and those no suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment and hatred for those held close and distant. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness and those no suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment and hatred for those held close and distant. The deities of the field of collecting merit return to their own abodes. So next, the actual ritual, meditation and the self-generation. Om Zubawa Judo Zawadama Zubawa Judo Hum. The natures of myself, the deity to be meditated upon, and all phenomena are of an absence of one taste and emptiness. In the sphere of emptiness, the aspect of the tone of the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum resounds, pervading the realm of space. My mind, in the aspect of the indifferentiable suchness of myself and the deity, becomes the moon mandala, upon which the very aspect of the tone of the mantra resounding in space is set down, having the form of written syllables, like very pure mercury adhering to grains of gold. That completely transforms into a thousand-petaled lotus, as brilliant as refined gold, marked at the center by the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. From the tips of multicolored light rays emitted from the moon, lotus, and mantra, innumerable holy bodies of the Arya Avalokiteshvara spread out, pervading all the realms of space. Great clouds of miraculously emanated offerings are beautifully offered to the Buddhas and their children. From yet another great emanated cloud, a continuous rain of nectar descends, extinguishing the fires of suffering and of the migrators and of the hells and other realms. They are satisfied with bliss and become Avalokiteshvara. Then the light rays, along with the bodies of the deity, return and enter into one's own mind in the aspect of the moon, mandala, lotus, and mantra garland. These transform into a multicolored lotus and moon seat, upon which one arises as the Arya Avalokiteshvara with a white-colored body in the prime of youth, and radiating rays of light. Of the 11 faces, the root face is white, the right green, and the left red. Above that, the central face is green, the right red, and the left white. Above that, the central face is red, the right white, and the left green. They also have long, narrow eyes and smiling expressions. Above these is a wrathful black face with barred fangs and wrathful wrinkles, a third eye and orange hair standing upright. On the crown is a peaceful red face with a crown protrusion, having a chaste aspect, devoid of ornaments and with its own neck. The first two hands are folded at the heart and hold a jewel. The second right hand holds a rosary. The third eliminates the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghosts by sending down a stream of nectar from the mudra of granting sublime realizations, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a golden lotus with a stem. The third holds a water vessel, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. The remaining 992 hands, as soft as lotus petals, are in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. In the palm of every hand is an eye. The hands do not extend above the crown protrusion, nor below the knees. An antelope skin covers the left breast, and there is a lower garment of fine cloth. I am endowed with a golden belt adorned with jewels, and beautified with locks of orange hair. I have a jeweled crown, earrings, necklace, armlets, bracelets, and anklets. Wear garments of various colored silks and radiate rays of white light. At the crown of the central head is a white Om, at the throat a red A, at the heart a blue Hum. Upon a moon mandala at the heart is a white Hri, with a long vowel and subsequent aspiration. Om Bhanu Bhavai Zoha. 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 Light rays radiate from the Hri at the heart, invoking from their natural abode Arya Avalokiteshvara, surrounded by the entire assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Om Arya Lokeshvara Saparivara Bhajasamaya Dada Zahum Bam Ho. They become non-dual with oneself, the commitment being. Again, light rays radiate from the Hri at one's heart, invoking the empowering deities, the 5 Buddha families with Amitabha as their principal, together with their retinues. Om Panjagula Zabari Vaharam Pradijazuha. Om Panjagula Zabari Vaharam Pradijazuha. Om Panjagula Zabari Varubhujbe Pradijazuha. Om Panjagula Zabari Varudube Pradijazuha. Om Panjagula Zabari Varaloke Pradijazuha. Om Panjagula Zabari Varagende Pradijazuha. Om Panjagula Zabari Vahanevedye Pradijazuha. Om Panjagula Zabari Varajabda Pradijazuha. All Tathagatas, please put the environment upon me. Requested thus, the goddess dressed in white, and of the others who are emitted from the Tathagata's hearts, hold aloft vases filled with nectar and say, just as at the very time of birth, the David offered ablution to the Buddha, so do thou with pure divine water offer ablution to the holy body. Om Savatata Gata Vijigata Samaya Vijaya. They bestow the empowerment. Thereby the entire body is filled and all defilements are purified. From a transformation of the excess water remaining on the crown, the head becomes adorned with the red Amitabha on the crown, who is the very nature of one's Guru. Blue Akshobi on the forehead, red yellow Ratnasambhava behind the right ear, white Vairocana at the back, and green Amogasiddhi behind the left ear. Let me just mention actually here, so we know this every time, because it can be a bit confusing. So the deities are said to be at 5 places in the head. Behind your ear doesn't literally mean in the crux behind your ear. It means that you have a crown on your head. So the deities are at 5 places, so one in the front, and the sides, and the backs, and so forth. On the moon cushion at one's heart is the exalted wisdom being Arya Avalokiteshvara, with a white-colored holy body, with one face and 2 arms. The right hand is in the mudra of bestowing sublime realizations, and the left holds a lotus at his heart. The moon cushion at his heart is marked by the concentration being a white Hri, the long vowel and subsequent aspiration. Om Bhav Mantra Great Om Pe Om Subhava Shuddha Savadhamma Subhava Shuddha Om Lubani Dogyo. The offering substance has become just empty. From within emptiness, from Burm's syllables, vast and extensive precious vessels arise. Within each, the syllable Om melts into light, from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty in nature, they have the aspect of the individual types of offerings and function to bestow special uncontaminated bliss. Om Agama Hum Padima Ujbea Hum Dubea Om Alagya Hum Gyandea Om Nevedea Hum Shabda O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Varahadam Pradija Zuha O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Varabharyam Pradija Zuha O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Varabhushve Pradija Zuha O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Varabhushve Pradija Zuha O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Vara Luge Pradija Zuha O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Vara Gende Pradija Zuha O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Vara Nividye Pradija Zuha O Maria Lugi Jara Zabari Vara Jabda Pradija Highly venerated by all the Buddhas, you accumulated all holy qualities, and who could prefer the name of Avalokiteshvara, the Prostrations, the always merciful one. Om Guru Savatata Gata Kaya Bhajita Vada Prana Amina Savatata Gata Vada 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 Nanakarami. Yeah, we got a crystal rosary from the Nirvana. Which is right. I offer that to you. You have that one. Yeah, it's best if the chant master can use a crystal rosary for the action tantra. Om Vasamari Juezo, 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 Om Vasamari Juezo. On a moon disk at one's heart is the concentration being the syllable Hri, surrounded by garlands with the mantras to be recited, white in color and standing clockwise. Light rays radiate from them, filling all the inside of one's body and purifying all negativities and obscurations. Light rays radiate outwards from which an incalculable assembly of deities of the great compassionate one are emanated, purifying the negativities and obscurations of all sentient beings and setting them in the state of Arya Avalokiteshvara. These then collect back and dissolve into the Hri at one's heart. Namo Ratnatraya Namarya Jano Sai Gaura
Namaste Tathagata Arhatebhyo Samya Sambhudebhyo Namaharya Bhagavate Buddhaya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahagarunikaya Dayadaham Dahadaham Diri Idivade Tale Tale Prajale Bhatale Kuzume Kuzuma Ware Ilimele Devalam Abhana Yiswaha Om Dara Dara Didi Didi Dudu Didi Wale Tale Tale Partale Partale Kuzume Kuzume Ilimele Devalam Abhana Yiswaha
Next meditation on the front generation. Om Bal Manda Great Om Om Zubawa Judo Zavada Mazubawa Judo Om. The mandala becomes just empty. From within emptiness, a white broom, radiating 5-colored light rays, radiates from separates from the symbol Hri at my heart, and comes to rest to the side of the mandala. It transforms into a multicolored lotus, on which rests a multicolored crossed vajra. Upon its central hub is the inestimable mansion, composed of a variety of jewels. It is square with 4 doors and 4 archways. In the middle of that is an 8-petaled lotus, the center of which is a precious throne, upon which are a variegated lotus and moon. Upon each of the petals of the 4 cardinal directions is a moon seat. Upon the central cushion is a white syllable Hri, which becomes a white 8-petaled lotus, as brilliant as refined gold, and marked by the syllable Hri. Light rays radiate from it, making offerings to the Arya beings and acting in the welfare of all sentient beings. They collect back, and from the transformation arises Arya Avalokiteshvara, with a white-colored body in the prime of youth and radiating rays of light. Of the 11 faces, the root face is white, the right green, and the left red. Above that, the central face is green, the right red, and the left white. Above that, the central face is red, the right white, and the left green. They also have long, narrow eyes and smiling expressions. Above these is a wrathful black face with barred fangs and wrathful wrinkles, a third eye and orange hair standing upright. On its crown is a peaceful red face with a crown protrusion, having a chaste aspect, devoid of ornaments and with its own neck. The first 2 hands are folded at the heart and hold the jewel. The second right hand holds a rosary. The third eliminates the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghosts by sending down a stream of nectar from the mudra of granting sublime realizations, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a golden lotus with a stem, the third holds a water vessel, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. The remaining 992 hands, as soft as lotus petals, are in the mudra granting sublime realizations. In the palm of every hand is an eye. The hands do not extend above the crown protrusion nor below the knees. An antelope skin covers the left breast, and there is a lower garment of fine cloth. He is endowed with a golden belt adorned with jewels, and is beautified with locks of orange hair. He has a jeweled crown, earrings, necklace, armlets, bracelets, and anklets, wears garments of airless colored silks, and radiates rays of light, white light. In the east from home, blue Akshobhya, right hand pressing the earth, left in equipoise. In the south from Trum, yellow Ratna Sambhava, right hand giving the sublime, left in equipoise. In the west from Om, white Vairocana with a mudra of supreme enlightenment. In the north from green Amoga city, right hand giving refuge, left in the mudra of equipoise. They are all beautified with very precious ornaments and garments of various silks, and seated with their legs in the Vajra posture. Upon a lotus and a moon disk at the heart of the principal deity is the white Hari, from which light rays radiate, invoking from the Vatala in the southern direction Arya Dishvara, surrounded by the entire assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. Now kneel for the invocation. And if you have, you can light incense. Om Arya Lokeshvara Zabari Vara Zamaya Zaza They become non-dual with the commitment beings. The crowns of all the deities are marked by a white Om, the throats by a red Ah, and the hearts by a blue Hum. Again, light rays radiate from the Hri, the central deity's heart, invoking the empowering deities, the 5 Buddha families, with Amitabha as their principal, together with the retinues. Om Panchagula Zabari Vahagam Pradijazuham Om Panchagula Zabari Vahagam Pradijazuham Om Panchagula Zabari Vahagam Pradijazuham Om Panchagula Zabari Vahadube Pradijazuham Om Panchagula Zabari Vahaluge Pradijazuham Om Panchagula Zabari Vahagende Pradijazuham Om Panchagula Zabari Vahane Vidye Pradijazuham Om Panchagula Zabari Vahajabda Pradijazuham. All Tathagatas, please bestow the empowerment upon him. Requested thus, the goddess dressed in white, and others, who are emitted from the Tathagata's hearts, hold aloft vases filled with nectar and say, just as at the very time of birth the David offers ablution of the Buddha, so do I, with pure divine water, offer ablution of the holy body. Om They bestow the empowerment. Thereby the entire body is filled and all defilements are purified. From transformation, the excess water remaining in the crown. The head becomes adorned with Amitabha on the crown, Akshobhya on the forehead, Ratnasambhava behind the right ear, Vairocana at the back, and Amoghasiddhi behind the left ear. Om Pamanta Great Home. Om Sabhavashuddha Savadhamma Sabhavashuddho. The offering substances become just empty. Far more than emptiness, from broom syllables, vast and precious, extensive precious vessels arise. Within each, the syllable Om melts into light, from which arise drinking water, water for the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Empty in nature, they have the aspect of the individual types of offerings, and function to bestow a special uncontaminated bliss. Amagama Karima Pujbeam Dupeam Alakeam Gendeam Neredeam Shabdam Rubaam Shabdam Gendeam Rasam Sparsham. Now we'll just do the mantras without the actual verses. Oh Maria Luki Svana Sabari Vala Hagam Pradijazuha. Oh Maria Luki Svana Sabari Vala Bharyam Pradijazuha. Oh Maria Luki Svana Sabari Vala Bhujbe Pradijazuha. Oh Maria Lugi Zana Zabari Warudu Be Bradijazo. Oh Maria Lugi Zana Zabari Waru Haluge Bradijazo. Oh Maria Lugi Zana Zabari Waru Gende Bradijazo. Maria Lugi Zana Zabari Waru Niwedye Bradijazo. Maria Lugis Vara Zabari Vara Zabda Brati Chango. Oh Maria Lugis Vara Zabari Vara Ruba Brati Chango. Maria Lugis Vara Zabari Vara Zabda Brati Chango. Maria Lugis Vara Zabari Vara Gende Brati Chango. Maria Lugi Vara Zabari Vara Rasa Pradijo. Maria Lugi Vara Zabari Vara Sparsa Pradijo. And then offering divine garments. Om Vadavashtaya Om Soha. Om Bala Alam Garavapujaniya Om Soha. Om Vadakalasha. Now let's do the short mandala offering. Zajibogi Jogi Merido Amri Nire Gambare Zangi Zindo Mere Uwagi The 1,000 arms are 1,000 wheel-turning kings. Your 1,000 eyes, the excellent day and 1,000 pillars. A prostrate and upper praise to the venerable overlay of the Father who shows whatever needed to subdue those to be subdued. Although the Dharma is inseparable like space, the form bodies are separate, visibly visible like rainbows. I prostrate and offer praise to the 5 families gone to bliss, who have attained mastery over method and wisdom. Streams of nectar descend from the fingers of both the self and front generations, filling the vase with the nectar of exalted wisdom. Namuranadraya Namarya Jhana Saigaravarajan Burajaya Tadagadaya Arhade Samyak Zambudaya Namazarva Tadagadevya Arhadevya Samyak Zambudevya Namaharya Bhumurgi Buraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunika Dayadaham Daradaham Diri Diri Durudu Idivade Zale Zale Brazale Brazale Uzume Uzuma Ware Ilmele Zedevalam Madana Yizwa Namarajaya. Upon a lotus and moon disk at the crown of my head is Bhikshuni Lakshmi. Oh, sorry. First, the exalted wisdom being of the self-generation, absorbed into the front generation. Upon a lotus and moon disk at the crown of my head is Bhikshuni Lakshmi, just as renunciate. With hands folded at her heart, she intercedes to the merit field on my behalf. So first we'll recite this praise to Avalokiteshvara one time together in Tibetan, and then we'll get up and I'll recite it 21 times in English as we prostrate. Kure buzang zinpa bure jegna wada ye yugen zinpa 자예 저쟁이라 제범세와도 저견세기 밤에 남박인 바보 위장랄배 정화마세규바보 Zarege Bada Wada Bardeba Jengi Bamajudana Buriba Boga Wadam Danam Kajing Edem Babo Vime Yorja Mudig Zambuze Babo Zebe Ozekireng Marbogen Babo Amezo Darjani Nawaji Babo Dungi Dan Jing Jim Babo Rin Mambo Bombani Nigan Babo Lumejo Darjudil Janjing Babo Lira Babenu Mayu Bagu Babo Nyunjadu Bonge Jingen Andru Wabo Dream Meba Wame Julane Baba Dewe Gone Bamera Dajum Baba Segi Gerana Gore Bare Baba Dazore Bere Jam Jam Dazim Baba Tube Genjo Zachen Barojin Baba Jun Yesunam Bambanya was a Baba Nadu de Wejune Ganes Waba Sundraja Jinga Juju Gordon Baba Lujan Jode Nuvandra Waba Segi Gandura Ishabi Waba Zambene Baji Yambade Baba Numbero Dalanjinja Baji Baba Yonzon Yewa Zachinde Manyewa Bohumitsu Tanchu Yitaledu Wabo Nachida Dudaralane Dupai Chenrezig Wamba Yila Zinjeje Dube Jode Daching the water Nani ke bamboo me yang ke wade hong ke wadam jedo jeden lede go barbundo yo. Okay, now we prostrate. O my prostrate to the protector of the world, you are the guru of the world, praise for the three realms, the one who is praised by the world, the gods, the Mars, and Brahma. Praising you, supreme king, sages, filled the wishes of beings, I prostrate to the noble protector of the three realms. Hold of a noble holy body, creating the bodies of infinite one son of bliss, your crown holds the one God of bliss and infinite life. To my generous right hand spells the hunger and thirst to the hungry ghost, your left hand is perfectly on the golden lotus. Throne with flashing red yellow garland, the fragrant top hair, your face is beautiful like the full moon. A lotus like eyes are exquisite and encompassing. Your fragrant bodies feel like glaze snow. Your flesh is of water, glittering pearls, adorned with beautiful light lace like the red of dawn. Your arms are arranged like a pond of lotuses. You are youthful, have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your palms are smooth and young as the best of leaves. Yeah, your breath is nothing but enveloped skin. You are alluring earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. You dwell in the supreme state of lotus. Your surface of your abdomen is smooth as the lotus petal. You um, your the sublime golden bell of the jewels. Your widow's skirt of exquisite cloth on the hips. You know, the ever one supreme ocean, supreme wisdom, God and Atlantic ocean, you have collected the multitude of merit to part of the supreme state. You're the source of constant bliss and the spell of aging and disease. You're the ship liberated and spell holy to those enjoying space. Supreme embodied being, victor in battles, moral forces, your feet alone with the sound of golden anklets. You isolate beings of self-interest, the four books of Brahma. You move the swan's gate like a proud elephant. You have completed the accumulation, look out of the doctrine, one who faced the ocean of milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman else is just the dawn, as quickly brings evolution to mind, appealing to the heights of supreme praise. All the mundane and super mundane needs will be fulfilled in the synod fill off future lives. I'm a precious of the deck of the world, you're the guru of the world, praised with those realms, the one who is praised with the worldly gods, Mars, and Brahma. Praising the supreme king and sages, full of wishes of beings, a precious of the supreme protector of the three realms. Holds venerable holy body, clean the bottom of the one's going to bless you, and hold the one going to bless him, in the light. Swim by in his right hand is spelled the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, left hand is perfectly given with the golden lotus. The one with flash and radical garland, the fragrant top hair, you have a face is beautiful like the full moon. Exquisite, your lotus like eyes are exquisite and encompassing, your face is beautiful, your face and body is feel like snow or a conch. You were clusters of flawless glittering pearls. You're beautiful. You're one of the beautiful light with the glitter of dawn. Your arms are in the pot of lotuses. You're beautiful and caught of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are born and jewel. There's all many jewels. Palms are smooth as the best of leaves. Your arms are yeah. Your left breast is covered with antelope skin. You wear alluring earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. You dwell in the supreme sacredness lotus. Your zero abdomen is smooth as lotus petal. And you have a sublime golden belt and with the jewels. You have skirted with cloth around the hips. You have the able one supreme risen on God and the gradation. You have collected a multitude of merit upon the supreme state. So if they're constant bliss and spelling aging disease, they're temper liberated and spell holy to those enduring space. Supreme body being victor in battles, Mars forces you, feet along with sound golden anklets. You isolate beings from self-interest, the four birds of Brahma, you with the swan feel like a proud elephant. You feel like a bit of the accumulation of the doctrine when they would first in the ocean milk and ocean of water. But if a man or woman as a dawn, quickly brings evolution to mind and filling clear such as spring praise. All the many super mundane need to be fulfilled in this life, future lives. All my precious object of the world, you the precious secret of the world, praise for the three realms, the one is praise for the four worldly gods, Mars and Brahma. Praising you, supreme king and sage, and closest of beings, I will special supreme protector of the three realms. Hold of an old holy body, clean the one into one's one bless, crown of the one God bless me. In light. In the generous right hand is spelled the hunger thirst of the hungry ghost, your left hand is perfect and the golden lotus. One with swift orange, flashing yellow garland, a fragrant top hair, your face be like the full moon. Your lotus like eyes exquisite and encompassing. Your face, fragrant body feel pale like snow or a conch. You will clusters of flawless glittering pearls. You will be on a beautiful light rise like the red of dawn. Your arms are ranging upon the lotus. You are youthful and have the color of autumn clouds. You have two shoulders of road ebony jewels. Palms are smooth and young as the best of leaves. You have Your left breast is covered in club skin. You wear lowering earrings, bracelets, ornaments. Dwell on the supreme stainless lotus is different to your abdomen is from the lotus petal. Your your the climb globe belt of the red jewels, your skirt of a cloth on the hips. You have the one supreme wisdom, gone beyond the edition. You have the cloak to the multitude of merit of the supreme state. Is the host of concept bliss and the spell of imaging disease. You have triple liberty, the spell of the age of those in terrain space. Supreme body being victor in battles, Mars forces, you feed her and loons out of golden anklets. You isolate beings from self-interest, the four birds of Burma, you room the swans again like pet elephant. To look at the accumulation like after the doctrine, you will increase in the ocean milk and ocean of water. Whatever made a woman as a done spiritually brings up a look to heart of mind, and feeling clearly sex is supreme praise. All the mundane and super mundane needs will be fulfilled in the night for all future lives. Omar Prashid has protected the world, you the guru of the world, praise for the three realms, the Mars and Burma, you're the one with the three realms, you chief praise the chief worldly gods of Mars and Burma. I prostrate at the dream of the three realms. And you have hold of an knowledge holy body, hold the body once from the God of bliss, you can hold the one God of bliss in infinite light. You turn its right hand is called the hunger thirst and the hungry ghost, left hand is perfect one with the God of lettuce. The one who's flashing red yellow ground with the brilliant top hair, your face is beautiful like the full moon. The lotus like eyes looks within and encompassing your fragrant body is pure like snow or a conch. Your clusters of flawless glittering pearls. The one is beautiful as the glitter of dawn. Your arms are ranging upon the lotus ears, you found the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your palm palms are smoothing as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered by bananas of skin. Your alluring earrings, weighted and ornaments. Dwell on the supreme stainless lotus is your abdomen is smooth as a lotus petal. You have a sublime gold band of jewels, wear a skirt of a super on the hips. You be one supreme wisdom, God made the Gadish, and you the collected multitude of merit of the supreme state. The source of constant bliss and the spell of aging and disease, the super liberated and spell of the deed to those enduring space. The human body being victor in battle with Mars forces, you fear to learn with the sound of golden anklets. The right leg being some self-interest, the fourfold room you with the swans getting a proud elephant. Fully committed to accumulation, look after the doctrine, the one who first in the ocean of milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman there is the dawn is prickly beings have a lotus right of mind, and purely and clearly recites of supreme praise. All the mundane and super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. When I prostrate protected the world, you are the guru of the world, praise for the three realms, the one who spirit, the chief of worldly gods, Mars and Burma. Praising the supreme king, the sages, and all the wishes of beings that prostrate the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold of an olive holy body, cleaning the body into one of the bliss, you can't hold the one of the infinite light. Swing your nurse right hand is spelled the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, left hand is perfectly grown by golden lotus. The one with swift fragrant garland, a flashing yellow girl, flashing red yellow garland, of fragrant top hair, pieces beautiful the full moon. Lotus like eyes within encompassing your faces, fragrant body is pure like snow or a conch. You wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls, you would the beautiful light was a good at dawn. Your arms are into a pot of lotuses, yet they still have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are driven in many jewels, your palms are smooth as and the best of leaves. You have your left breast is covered by a club skin. You have wear alluring earrings, breasts, and ornaments. Well, you have the supreme stainless lotus if it's the other as lotus petal. The squad, sublime gold by the jewels, your squad puts a cloth on the hips. With the one supreme wisdom, God made the good ocean of collected the multitude of merit by the supreme state. The triple liberated, your source of constant bliss and scholar taking disease. The triple liberated is full of holy nature, those enjoying space. The human body being victor in battle with Mars forces, you fear it alone with the sound of golden anklets. Rise like beings of self-interest, in the words of Burma, you have with the swan like pet elephant. With the accumulation of the doctrine, you only trace the ocean milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman nurses ground spectacly brings ever look to shroud of mining, filling play the sex of supreme praise. All the mundane super mundane needs would be fulfilled in small future lives. One brush to protect the world, you the guru of the world, praise of realms, the one who is praised, the chief of worldly god from Mars and Burma. Praising his supreme king and sages, fill with the beings, a brush to the prefect of the three realms. All of the noble holy body, because anyone of it is going to bless you, everyone told one but it is constant light. Whom the generous right hand is spells the hunger, there's the hungry ghost, the left hand is perfect and one of the golden waters. Mother swift anger, flashing video, the garland of fragrant top hair. This is beautiful, the full moon, yeah. It's full of like Isaac, it's in a cup of say. You feel very good body, you feel like snow or a conch. You have clusters of blood, glittering pearls. So, you have dawn beautiful light because you're going to dawn. Your your arms are injured upon the lotuses, and you will have the other color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are done in many jewels, your palms are smooth and young as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered in club skin, you are learning for insisted and ornaments. You have the supreme status lotus, if you are the lotus petal. The sublime golden belt and the jewels, your palms are smooth and young as the best. You have a skirt of the cloth, split the cloth around the hips. You have the able one supreme wisdom, God made in the good issue. You have collected a multitude of merit by the supreme state. You will serve the concept of bliss, dispel like dancing and disease, triple liberate and dispel healthy to those enduring space. Human body being victim battle of Mars forces, your standard, your Peter alone, son of golden anklets. You're slipping some self into the forwards of Burma, you over the swan getting a fat elephant. So the computer the accumulation that gives the doctrine, you are the one fish in the ocean and milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman the rest is dawn, spectly brings ever to start of mind, appearing clearly recites the spring praise, all the mundane and superabundant needs will be fulfilled in small future lives. One pressure to protect the world, you the good of the world, praised by the three realms. The one is praised by the peace of the worldly God, the Mars and Burma. Praising you, supreme king of nations, fellow wishes of being the pressure to the supreme protector of the three realms. All of the holy body, commanding the bond and the bond of the best, you cons the one God of blessed infinite light. Grim the generous right hand and spell the hungry and thirst, hunger this, the hungry host, selected, perfect, and on the golden lotus. One who was fragrant light, radial garland, fragrant top hair. This, your face is beautiful like the full moon. Your lotus like eyes, explicit and encompassing your fragrant body feel like snow or a conch. You request of the blood of glittering pearls. Your realms are drawn upon a bloom. Your beautiful, you're beautiful like the dead of dawn. Your arms are painted, range like upon a lotuses. Your youth will have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are drawn with many jewels. Your palms are smooth and as the best of leaves. Your left breast like a one antelope skin. Your layering earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. One the supreme state of the lotus leaf is your admits one of the lotus petal. If the prime golden belt driven with jewels, wears scrolls of crystal cloth on the hips. If the ever one supreme wisdom, God, the other condition, you've collected a multitude of merit to quad the supreme state. So as a concept lesson, spell of aging disease, the clipper liberator, and spell a holy day to those enjoying space. Supreme body being victim in battle with Mars forces, you have feudal learning with the sound of Villanacus. Your eyes sleeping some self-interest of four the Burma, with the swans get like proud elephant. Your political accumulation back to the doctrine, one the appreciation of milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman there is at dawn, speculate brings that blood this heart of mine, feeling clearly sights his brain praise, eliminating its woman they needs, will be fulfilled in small false future lives. On my quest to protect the world, you the guru of the world, praise the three realms, the one who is especially for the gods of Mars and Brahma. Praising the supreme king of sages, fulfill the wishes of beings, the prostrate of the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold up and all the holy body, contain the one protected of bliss, you can hold the one kind of bliss with infinite light. From the generous right hand, spell the hunger and thirst, the hungry ghost, left in this perfect and the doom of lotus. You will win with brave flashing radial girl and fragrant top hair, faces with the full moon. Lotus like eyes are glittering and encompassing your face. Fragrant bodies feel like snow or a conch. Your clusters, rare clusters of blood glittering pearls, you are drawn up beautiful light rising the red of dawn. Your arms are ranging upon a lotus, your youth and have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels, your palms are smooth as skin at the best of leaves. Left breast with an antelope skin, you wear alluring bracelets and earrings with ornaments. Full on the supreme status, lotus serves you the minutes with the lotus petal. You have skirts of, you have a divine golden belt and the jewels. You wear the skirt of exquisite cloth on the hips. You have the able one supreme wisdom gone by the condition. You've collected the multitudes of merit to crowd the supreme state. So as a concept lesson spell living and disease disease, there's just a triple liberated spell holy day to those enduring space. Human body being victim in battle with Mars forces, your feet are known with the golden anklets. Your life living some self-interest of horror the Burma. You will move this one like a proud elephant, feeling a bit accumulation back to the doctrine, one of fish nation and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman there is to dawn, sparkly brings ever look at his heart of mine, its purely and clearly sights supreme praise. All the mundane and super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life for all future lives. O my prostrate to the protector of the world, you the guru of the world, the praise for the three realms, the one who is praised for the chief worldly gods of Mars and Barba. Praising the supreme king and sages full of wishes of beings that prostrate the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold of the holy body, nothing but of the God of bliss, you can have the one God of bliss, and you of light. As a generous right hand, spell the hunger and the hungry ghost, left as it, uh, thank you, host. Your turn is to go to the golden lotus. You have clusters of lotus glittering pearls. You have beautiful light like the red of dawn. Your arms are laying like a pound of lotus. You have useful and have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your palms are squaring as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered with top skin. You have alluring earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. You own the supreme stainless lotus. Your history has ministering with lotus petal. You have a sublime glow of valentine with the jewels. You wear a skirt of a close cloth on the hips. You're the able one to bring wisdom, God, made the good ocean. You've collected with a multitude of merit brought the supreme state. So it's a sort of contemplate the spell of aging disease, the triple liberated, the spell of the to those enduring space. Supreme embodied being victor in battles, Mara's forces, you fade along with the shadow of golden necklace. You advise beings from self-interest, the forward the Brahma. You the swan together parallel things. So like the keep motion back of the doctrine when they pierce the ocean milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman's rest to dawn, speculating things that will the short of mind, feeling clear as that supreme praise. All the mundane, the super mundane needs will be fulfilled in all future lives. More prostrate at the deck of the world, you the guru of the world, praise to the heroes. The one is praised, but you fool the gods, the boys and Burma. Praising the supreme king, his ages, the lowest of the beings, the fallen crushed, the supreme protect of two realms. Hold of a noble holy body, contain the body, but in it one's got a blessed, you pray and the one got a blessed, infinite life. Similarly, right hand is spelled the hungry thirst, the hungry thirst, the hungry ghost, your left hand is perfectly adorned with the golden lotus. Yeah. Yeah, it's very flashing red yellow garland of breaking top hair. Face is beautiful like the full moon. Your lotus like eyes are exquisite and encompassing. Your pure body, breaking body is pure like snow or a conch. Your clusters of flawless glittering pearls. You adorn with the beautiful light lights that are like the red of dawn. Your arms are arranging upon a lotus. You youthful have the color bottom clouds. So you do. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your arms are smoothing as the best of leaves. Your left breast like a hub antelope skin. You have a You're wearing alluring earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. You would dwell in a supreme status, lotus. So with you have minutes with the lotus petal. You have flying gold above the jewels. Yours, where a skirt of sculpture called on the hips. You have the one supreme wisdom gone beyond the goodish, and the collected the multitude of merit about the supreme state. Super source of constant bliss of spelling of aging disease, which if liberated, spell the holy deed to those enduring space. Supreme body being victor in battle with Noah's forces, you fear alone with the sun and golden anklets. You are something to self-edge with the four with the Burma. The swans getting pet elephant. To look up at the accumulation after production when I fish in the ocean of milk and ocean of water. Whenever man or woman their eyes to dawn, sparkly brings up a look to spot mind, and purely and clearly reflects the supreme praise, all the men superman needs will be fulfilled in all this life and all future lives. One brush to protect the world, you the guru of the world, praise to the heroes. One is praised for the holy gods of wars and Marmon, praising you, supreme king, his ages, full the wishes of beings, the brush to the supreme text of the realms. Hold the noble holy body, the benevolence, gonna bless you. Can't hold the one gonna bless you with life. Religion is ready and spelled the hungry, good, so hungry, ghost, you left and perfectly the one to go on lotus. One of the fragrant of the flashing your lady yellow garland, fragrant top hair, your arms are your faces feel like the full moon. Lotus like ours are exquisite and encompassing yours, uh, and encompassing your fragrant body is feel like snow or a conch. You have clusters of flawless glittering pearls, you are beautiful like the glitter at dawn. Arms are arranging upon the lotus, you have the color of clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels, your arms are swimming by the best of leaves. Left breast with heaven and robe skin, you wear alluring bracelets and ornaments. You are built supreme saintness, lotus shift your administration with lotus petal. You wear squares of glitter cleffer. You have a fine glowing belt and the jewels, you wear squares of glitter cleffer on the hips. You have the born supreme wisdom gone beyond the condition of the collective multitude of merit required the supreme state. Source of constant bliss, spell everything it is of aging it is easy, it is triple liberated, spell holy those enduring space. Supreme body being victor in battle and knowledge sources, you theater learn, son of an anklets. Your life sleeping yourself into the four of the Burma. With the swans getting a parallel. You can look at the accumulation after the production, one fish in the ocean, milk in the ocean of water. Whatever man or woman there is a dawn, sparkly beings that look as far to mind, and purely and clearly recites the supreme praise, all the men and some names will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. One prostrate of the deck of the world, you the door of the world, touch the serum, one is chief praise of the chief worldly god from Mars and Burma. Praising the supreme king of sages, Sibyllus is the being, the prostrate of the supreme protector of the three realms. Hold of a noble holy body, containing the body, that one's gonna bless you, crown of one gonna bless in infinite light. Whom generous red hand is called the hungry, there's the hungry ghost, left hand is perfect, the one that could lotus. On this way, swift riding, a fragrant yellow, flashing your yellow garland, fragrant top hair. Comes yours, your beautiful face like a full moon. Your lotus like eyes, I was put it in encompassing, your palms is, your palms are smooth and young as the best of leaves. Hmm. Oh, your fragrant bodies feel like snow or the conch. You're adorned with flawless glittering pearls. You're beautiful, beautiful like red at dawn. I'm German upon the lotus is your youth and have the color of the clouds. Your two shoulders are dressed in many jewels. You are many jewels. Your two shoulders are dressed in many jewels. Your palms are swim this thing at the best it leaves. Your left breast is a hood and club skin. You wear alluring earrings, places, and ornaments. Dwell in the supreme saint's lotus. You have a zero adamant and the lotus petal. You have a spline gold above the jewels. You have uh, on the jewels, you are skirted with the cloth on the heft. You have the able one supreme wisdom, godling on the good issue. You have collected a multitude of merit of the supreme state. Source of constant bliss and spell evading it is either to triple liberated spell of these to those enduring space. Supreme body being victor in battle with Norris forces, you feed alone with the sun with an necklace. You are slipping from self-interest, the four aboard the Burma. With the swans getting a pedal for you, the pulling of the accumulation of the doctrine, when it appears in the ocean of milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman the rest is a dawn, sparkly brings them a look at his heart of mind, and feeling such a supreme praise. Other men in the simple mundane need to be fulfilled this night for all future lives. One project to protect the world, you the guru of the world, praise to the realms, you the one chief of the praise the chief worldly gods of Mars and Burma. Praising its rim king and sages, voices of the beings that brush at the protect of the three realms. Hold their noble holy body, containing the body, then one's gonna bless you, can't hold the one God bless in infinite light. Swings the nurse right hand dispels the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, left hand is purple, get one of the golden lotus. The one of flashing his little red yellow garland, the fragrant top hair. Face is beautiful like the full moon. Your lotus like eyes are secret encompassing. Your fragrant body feel like snow or a conch. You have wear clusters of flawless glittering pearls. Your arms are arranged. You have beautiful, you've drawn a beautiful likeness of the red of dawn. Your arms are arranging a pot of lotus. You will have the color of clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your palms are smoothing as the best of leaves. You have the best, left breast is covered by its love skin. You are lowering earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. If the will in the supreme state of lotus, you have supreme adamant is smooth as a lotus petal. You have a sublime golden belt and red jewels. Your wear a skirt of explicit cloth around the hips. You have the able and supreme wisdom, God began the devotion. You have the collected the multitude of merit of the supreme state. Source of constant blissness, spiller of hating and disease, the triple liberated, and spell holiday to those enduring space. Supreme body being victor in battle with Mars forces, you feed along with the seven golden ankles. You have sleeping some self-interest, the fourth above me, with a swarm's eight like proud elephant. You have collected the accumulation, they got the doctor, when you place in the ocean and milk, the ocean of water. Whatever men omens, the rest is done, respectfully brings ever good sort of mind, appealing believers, such supreme praise, all the men and invincible men they need to be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. Well, prostrate protect the world, you the good of the world, praise for the three realms, the one is praised for the holy gods of Mars and Brahma. Praising the supreme king and sage of the voices of being the fall of the supreme protect of the three realms, hold of an all the holy body, killing the body, leading one's gonna bliss. Can holds the one gonna bliss in infinite light, supreme who in his right hand is spell the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost. Left hand is perfect, the gonna lotus. One of the fragrant, touching middle on the fragrant top hair, your face is beautiful like the full moon, your lotus like eyes are exquisite and encompassing. Your fragrant body is pure like snow or a conch. You have clusters of flowers, glittering pearls, your doing glitter to light, lies like the red of dawn. Your arms are arranging upon a lotus youth and have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders adorned with many jewels, your palms are smooth as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered by antelope skin, you wear alluring bracelets and ornaments. You dwell on a supreme stainless lotus, you have a silver added in your smooth lotus petal. Uh, you have a skirt of sublime golden belt and the jewels, you are skirted with the cloth on the hips. You have the abundant supreme wisdom, God by the God and condition, to collect the multitude of merit of God, the supreme state. Swiss concept bliss is spell being disease, the triple liberated spell holding to those enjoying space. Sweden body being victor in battle of Mars forces. This theater lure with son of golden ankles. You have sleeping some self interest of all the mama. This one's got a fat elephant. It's like a bit much less production when it finishes in the ocean of milk and ocean of water. Whatever men and women there is a dawn, spectacly brings them a look at his heart of mind, appealing clearly such as the brain bread, all the municipal mundane needs will be fulfilled in the star cells which lives. When we prostrate at the of the world, you the guru of the world, praise to the three realms. The one is praised to the world of gods, Mars and Brahma. Praising the supreme king and sage, the voices of beings, the prostrate the supreme protector of the three realms. All live in a holy body, containing one's gonna is it one's gonna bless the crown, hold the one gonna bless in infinite light. Swim into his right hand, dispel the hunger, there's the hungry ghost, hungry ghost, left hand, is perfect, and only gonna let us. One of the flashing red yellow garland, fragrant top hair, his face is beautiful, full moon. Notice the cause of split and encompassing. Your fragrant body is pure like snow or a conch. Your clusters of flawless glittering pearls, you're on beautiful light lights like the red of dawn. Your arms are arranging upon a lotus, you are youthful and like all the clouds. Your human body being victor in battle of your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels, arms are smooth as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered in antelope skin, you are earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. You will dwell on the supreme sin as lotus. Your serpent to adamant is smooth as the lotus petal. Sparkle about doing jewels, you have wear squares of the cloth on the hips. You have the abundant supreme wisdom, calm me and the goodish, and the collected the multitude of merit brought the supreme state. The source of concept bliss is fair like ancient deceit, the tipper liberated, a spell holy to those in direct space. Superman body being victor in battle with Mars forces, you feature your theater loading the sound of golden necklace. You also think some self-interest with fourth of bird the Brahma, you move the swans again like a proud elephant. But like a bit of the accumulation after the doctrine, you want to fish in the ocean milk and ocean of water. But if a man or woman rises at dawn, speckled moon, devil is, but of the look heart of mine, appealing glears, such as the supreme praise. Whatever and superman they need will be fulfilled in this life, all future lives. All my prayers to the protector of the world, you the good of the world, praise for the three realms. The one is praised for the chief worldly gods, Mars and Brahma. Praising the supreme king, sages, of all wishes, the beings that pressure the protector of the three realms. Hold of an the holy body, containing the body that is the one that God of bless, you God, have the one God of bless in infinite life. Sweet my generous right hand that spells the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, left hand is perfectly home the golden lotus. One of the fragrant, flashing red yellow garland, the fragrant top hair, face is beautiful like the full moon. Lotus like God's eyes, wisdom encompassing your face is, your fragrant body is pure like snow or a conch. You were clusters of flawless glittering pearls. You're doing it beautiful light like the red of dawn. Your arms are arranging upon a lotus beauty from the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are doing many jewels. Your palms are smooth and young as the best of leaves. Your left breast looking but enveloped skin. You were wearing bracelets and earrings, bracelets and ornaments. Each woman a supreme stainless lotus. You was your abdomen is smooth as a lotus petal. You have one golden belt and with jewels. You were skirted of exquisite cloth on the hips. You did one supreme words and called me on the good ocean. You declared to the multitude of merit of God the supreme sake. Source of consciousness, spell taking missing disease with a triple liberated and spell holy deeds to those enduring space. Spirit and body being victory in battles and ours forces. You have Jesus beautiful. You have Peter learning the sound of golden ankles. He has like being himself enters the foreblood, the momentum of the swan gate, and the wicked proud elephant. Feel like a bit of accumulation after the doctrine, one increase in the ocean, milk, and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman your eyes is at dawn, correctly believes uplift this heart of mine. Feeling and clearly recites the supreme praise. All the mundane and super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this and all future lives. When I pass the back of the world, you go to go the world, praise by the heroes. What is praise for the chief of worldly gods, Mars and Mama? Praising the supreme seeking stages, delicious of being that false brush with the supreme touch of the two realms. Hold of an above holy body, call it the body, then one God of bless, you can't hold the one God of bless from infinite light. Two generous right hand spells the hunger, thirst the hungry ghost, left hand is perfectly adorned with the golden lotus. You like, yeah, you're, whatever. Um, yeah, yeah. Faces be like the full moon, you were clusters of, your, was it like, realistic eyes are within encompassing. Your vacant body is pure like snow or a conch. You were clusters of flawless glittering pearls, yeah, you look beautiful like with the red of dawn. Your arms are ending upon a lotus, you do not have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are girded many jewels, your palms are smooth as young as the best of leaves. Lotus, your left breast is covered by antelope skin, you wear alluring earrings, bracelets, and ornaments. Dwell on the supreme stainless lotus, if your abdomen is smooth as a lotus petal. You have a splendid golden belt and jewels, you wear clusters of, you skirt, here's the skirt of exquisite cloth around the hips. You have the able one supreme wisdom, God, and ground the condition of God, the multiple merit of the supreme state. Source of constant bliss and speller of aging and disease, who has triple liberated and spell holy deeds to those enduring space. Britain body being victor in battle with Mars forces, you feed her alone with the head of the necklace. Thus I bigs himself into with the four birds above me, and with the swans get like a proud elephant. For the bit of the accumulation like of the doctrine, when they preach in the ocean, the ocean of water. Whatever man or woman there is dawn, sparkling brings up the wicked part of mind, appealing the Lord cites the supreme praise. All the mundane needs will be fulfilled in all future lives. I brush the critic of the world, the good of the world, praise the realms, the one is praised by the chief worldly gods, Mars and Brahma. Mars and Brahma, you, uh, and Brahma praising you, the supreme king of stages, for wishes of being the false brush with the being practice of the realms. Holy noble, holy body, created body, one's gonna bless your crown, holy one, gonna bless the light. Swim gentle in his right hand and spell the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, left hand and sprinkle, get on the golden lotus. Woman of the flashing red yellow garland, a fragrant top area, faces beautiful like the full moon. Good as like God's earth within and encompassing, your fragrant body is pure like snow or conch. You are close to the flawless glittering pearls, you adorn with beautiful light as a red at dawn. Your arms are ranging upon the lotus, you use with the head the cloud of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders adorn the many jewels, your tongue is smooth the thing of the best of leaves. Best of leaves, your lotus like your left breast is covered by antelope skin, you are luring bracelets and ornaments. You will dwell in the supreme stainless lotus. Your abdomen is smooth as a lotus petal. Lotus like you have a sublime golden belt of golden jewels. You wear a skirt of purple cloth on the hips. You're the able one supreme person gone beyond the great ocean. You've collected a multitude of merit across the supreme state. This source of merit, constant bliss, and spell evading disease, the triple liberty and spell healthy to those enjoying space. The Korean body being victor in battle with Mars forces you feed her alone with the son of golden necklace. Your eyes picks himself into the forward the bird of the Burma. You improve this one killing proud elephant. You build the accumulation after the doctrine. You want to increase the ocean, you ocean of water. Whatever man or woman there is it on his perfectly brings up a little star to mind, appealing to the other sets of supreme praise. All the mundane super mundane needs to be fulfilled in this life of all future lives. My passion protector of the world, you're the guru of the world, praise the three realms, the one who is praised with the holy gods, Mars and Brahma. Praising is supreme king and sage fulfilled the sisters of being, that passion with the being protector of the three realms. Hold of an holy body, including the body of the blood, if no one's got a blessed prayer, and have the one who has got blessed in infinite life. Sweet generous right hand is spelled the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, left hand is perfectly adorned with the golden lotus. Flashing red yellow garland, fragrant top your piece is beautiful like the full moon. The lotus like God's are exquisite and encompassing your beautiful, your vacant body is pure like snow or conch. We cluster the flawless glittering pearls. You're doing beautiful light red glitter dawn. Your arms are arranged in upon a lotus as your youthful have the color of autumn clouds. You have your two shoulders are turned up many jewels. Your palms are smooth as young as the best of leaves. Your left breast is covered antelope skin. You are alluring bracelets and ornaments. You fill on the supreme saint's lotus. Your abdomen is smooth as a lotus petal. You have a splendid on the belly of the jewels. Your palms are you have a skirt with the cloth on the hips. You have one supreme wisdom gone beyond the Kaddish. You have the collective of multitude of merit. To acquire the supreme state, the source of constant bliss, the bearing evading disease, the triple liberator, and the spell holy to those enjoying space. Separate body being victor in battle with Mara's forces, your feet alluring with the son of Golanenkos, who has helping some self-interest before the both the Burma, and with the swans get like a proud elephant. Following the accumulation act of the doctrine, you will when they fish in the ocean, the motion of the water. Whatever any man or woman arises at dawn, strictly brings up a look as far to mind, and feeling the such as supreme praise, all the many super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. O my precious protector of the world, you the guru of the world, praise for the three realms. And one is chief praise the chief worldly gods, Mars and Burma. Praising the supreme king and sages for the wishes of being the portion of the supreme technical three realms, holding of a noble holy body, contains the body when the ones are gonna bliss. Can hold the one are gonna bliss in infinite light. The supreme building in his right hand, spell the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost. Left hand is perfect on the golden lotus, yields one of the fairy flashing radial golden fragrant top hair. Face is beautiful like the full moon. Lotus like God's exquisite and encompassing. Your figure body is pure like snow or a conch. Your clusters of flawless glittering pearls. You're doing the beautiful light like glitter dawn. Lotus like God's your arms are arranged upon a lotus. You youthful and have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your palms are smoothing like the best of leaves. Left breast is covered by antelope skin. Your alluring bracelets ornaments. Dwell on the supreme stainless lotus. Your abdomen is smooth as lotus petal. Lotus like Um, you have a splendid golden belt when the jewels wear a skirt of a cloth on the hips. You're the ever one supreme wisdom gone beyond the gradation. Looked into the multitude of merit of the supreme state. You have the source of constant bliss, spelling evading disease, with a liberate and spell holiday to those enjoying space. Supreme body being victor in battle of the Mara's forces, your supreme feet are alone with the sound of golden ankles. The isolating from self-interest before blood the Burma. Move the swans again like a proud elephant. You like a bit of the accumulation after the doctrine, you want to fish in the ocean, the milk, and ocean of water. What her man and woman, the rest is adorned, the sparkling beings have a look as far to mind, healing, clear, such as supreme praise, all the mundane and super mundane needs will be fulfilled in all future lives. O my prostrate, the protector of the world, you are the guru of the world, praise for the few realms. The one who is praised by the chief of worldly gods, the Mars and Brahma, praising the supreme king of sages, fulfills the wishes of beings, hold of a noble holy body, leading the whole body to be the one's gonna bliss, your crown holds the one gonna bliss of infinite light. From the generous right hand dispels the hunger and thirst of the hungry ghost, your left hand is perfectly adorned by a golden lotus. With a one with a flashing red yellow garland of fragrant top hair. Your face is beautiful like the full moon. Your lotus like eyes are exquisite and encompassing. Your, um, your fragrant body is pure like snow or a conch. You are clusters of flawless glittering pearls. You are adorned with beautiful light rays like the red of dawn. Your arms are arranged like a pot of lotus. Your youthful and have the color of autumn clouds. Your two shoulders are adorned with many jewels. Your arms are smooth and young as the best of leaves. Your left breast like a body antelope skin. You are alluring bracelets and ornaments. Earring bracelets and ornaments. You have a dwell on the supreme stainless lotus. The surface of your abdomen is as smooth as a lotus petal. You have a sublime golden belt and one of the jewels. You wear a skirt of exquisite cloth on the hips. You are the able and supreme wisdom going beyond thy good ocean. You have collected the multitude of merit acquired the supreme state. You are the source of constant bliss and spell of aging and disease, the triple liberating the spell hold you to those enjoying space. Superman body being victor in battle with Mara's forces, Yafida luring with the sun, golden anklet. You isolate being from self-interest with the four brood the Burma. Move the swan's gate like a proud elephant. You build completed the accumulation, look after the doctrine, one fish in the ocean of milk and ocean of water. Whatever man or woman, all the rises at dawn, directly brings evolution far to mind, and purely and clearly recites the supreme praise. All the mundane and the super mundane needs will be fulfilled in this life and all future lives. Okay. Now we come to the concluding ritual and the requesting prayer, but we do the chantable English version, which is in the very end of the appendix. And we kneel on your right knee for this. It's at the very end. I don't know the page in the PDF. Request, it just says. It's the very last page it printed. 218 of the PDF. Compassionate eyed one, who is the treasure of compassion, I request you, please listen to me. Please guide myself, mothers and fathers, in all of six realms, to be freed quickly from the great ocean of samsara. I request that the vast and profound fearless awakening mind may grow with the tear of your great compassion. Please cleanse all karmas and illusions. Please lead with your hand of compassion, me and my greater soul feels the bliss. O Amidava and Chenrezig, in all my lives be virtuous friend. Show will beyond deceptive pure path, and quickly place us in Buddha's state. Now return to the regular ritual, regular sadhana. But we skip the Torma offering. So we come all the way to the offering the ablution. Again, I don't know the page in the PDF. 123 in the PDF. So if you have a bath offering, you can do that here. Otherwise, I have here so you can visualize. If you have, you see, you just draw tic-tac-toe. So you have quadrants. And then you have the 5 Buddha fingers. So we have Om, Hum, Tram, Shri, Ah. The bathhouse has an extremely sweet fragrance, a crystal floor, and beautiful sparkling drilled pillars. The roof is covered by a canopy, decorated with shining jewels. Just as the gods offered a bath at the time of the Buddha's birth, so too do I offer a bath with pure water of the gods. Barfing an ablution to the protector of Avalokiteshvara, the lamp of migrators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains of the two obscurations of migrators be cleansed. May there be the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Om Zavadadagara Avalokiteshvara Varabhijikadasamayajiya. Barfing an ablution to the gurus and Edams, the lamp of migrators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains of the two obscurations of migrators be cleansed. May there be the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Om Zavadadagara Avalokiteshvara. Barfing and ablution of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, blame for migrators, the stream of fragrant nectar. The stains of the obscurations of migrators be cleansed. May there be the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Om Zavadadagara Avalokiteshvara. Barfing and ablution to the hearers and solitary realizers, the lamp for migrators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains of the two obscurations of migrators be cleansed. May there be the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Om Zavadadagara Avalokiteshvara. Barfing and ablution of the Dakas and Dakinis, lamp of migrators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains of the two obscurations of migrators be cleansed. May there be the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Om Zavadadagara Avalokiteshvara. Barfing and ablution of the Dhamma protector, lamp of migrators, the stream of fragrant nectar. May all the stains of the obscurations of migrators be cleansed. May the good fortune to acquire the same as three bodies. Om Zavadadagara Avalokiteshvara. To the Radhagas and their sons with many jeweled vases, exquisitely filled with pleasing perfume, accompanied by a variety of excellent songs and music for this bath. Om Zavatadagada Lagasvaraza Parivara Vishakadasamaya Shriya. I dry your holy bodies with incomparable, clean, exquisite, fragrantly scented cloth. Om Om Shamriya. Om Savatadagara Lagasvaraza Parivara Vishvarane Soha. In order to purify my mind, I offer an exquisite precious garment, multicolored like Indra's variegated bow. One touch becomes the cause of bliss. May I be adorned with the holy garment of patience. Because the victorious ones are adorned with the natural ornaments of the marks and signs, do not need any other kind of ornament, but by offering these supreme precious ornaments, may all my greater beings achieve the holy body adorned with the marks and signs. Offering this auspicious vase beautified by jewels and is filled with various essences, saying the karma and delusion be purified, and being viewed in the moisture of bodhicitta, alam garavapashaniyam so. Then we pour the water back into the vase. Out of your loving compassion for myself and migrating beings, O Bhagavan, please remain to the force of your miraculous manifestations for as long as we continue to make offerings. Due to these virtuous actions of mine, may I quickly become a Buddha in this world. And I give Dhamma teachings in order to benefit migrators and be free sentient beings who are tormented by many sufferings. In all my rebirths, may I belong to a good family, be clear in mind and free of pride, have great compassion and respect for my gurus, and abide in the pledges of Avalokiteshvara. Avalokiteshvara, whatever your body, your retinue, your lifespan, realm, and so forth, whatever your supreme and excellent name, then I have become only like that. With the force of the praises and requests made to you, may all diseases, evil spirits, and poverty and glorious be calmed. May the Dharma and good fortune increase in the regions and others of this dwell. The precious mind of bodhicitta that has risen, rise, and grow, has risen not diminished but increased more and more. Om Padma Sattva Samaya Manavalaya Didavada Vididididadi Baba Didavada Baba Didavada Baba Didavada Bhagavan Didavada Gada Bhagavan Didavada Om Bhagavata Manavaya Didavada Vididididadi Baba Didavada Baba Didavada Baba Yodhini Bhagavata Dharma Mithila Mithila Manam Ha 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 Bhagavan Didavada Gada Bhagavan Didavada Bhagavan O greatly compassionate Bhagavans, please pay attention to me. Since we are beginners and under the influence of drowsiness and excitement, our concentration has not been clear, our mantras have been incorrect. We made distant omissions in the ritual, have been scarcely and so on. I request you, greatly compassionate Ari, once to forgive us. Please do not allow these to obscure us. So now you all stay seated, and I'll distribute the water as we do the mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme Hum Om Mani Padme The principle, the great compassionate one, and his retinue come to the space in front. White nectar flows from the parts of their holy bodies, washing all the outside, inside, and middle of one's body, purifying all the diseases, evil spirits, negativities, and obscurations of one's three doors, along with their imprints, without anything remaining. Then meditate on the divine pride of oneself as the Maya being, the very compassionate one. Due to these merits, may I quickly become the great compassionate one, and place all migrated beings without exception in that very state. So now we do the extra prayers. We have in the supplementary prayers. Okay. So from Shantideva's Bodhisattvacharya Vatara. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. May low living creatures suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid of belittled, with the mind weighed down by depression. The blind see forms, the deaf hear sounds. Those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored in finding repose. The naked find clothing, and hungry find food. Thirsty find water and delicious drinks. The poor find wealth, those who find joy. The forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective, and wholesome bears bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. Powerless find power and equally benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, till then may I too remain to dispel the suffering and transmigratory beings. Is it more? Yeah. Okay, so then to steal with emptiness. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings which are completely empty and exist from their own side, may I, who am completely empty of existing from my own side, achieve the state of full enlightenment, completely empty existing from its own side, and leave all sentient beings who are completely empty existing from their own side. That state is which is completely empty existing from its own side by myself alone, I'm completely exempted from my own side. I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train, just like the hero Manjushri who knows reality, and just like Samantabhadra as well. Fully dedicated all my to virtue, dedication praises best, while the one gone beyond victorious ones of the three times, in order to have good conduct. So we'll recite these in Tibetan, we can chant them. The long life prayers. Jigden Handu Tende Maluva Nale Jongwe Zambe Izeno Handrin Sume Denzen Gazola Zoa Debzu Ruje Lundrujo Nobzo Zhangyin Tangen Gelwei Tenzin Kyongbelwei Bunzo Do Bozen Yogzongo Wele Mondudro Adag Zulu Jegondu Shabdanjo. So on the next page is the practice of the three utilizations. While appearances, sounds, and the one which is knowing, the deity, the mantra, and the dharmakaya, manifest the limitless actions of the holy bodies and transcendental wisdom. May my mind become one taste in the drop of the holy mind, inseparable from the practice of the great, profound secret yoga. Okay. So that's all for the first session. We made good time. It's just a little past, or just about 7:30 Indian time, which is what we were intending. So thank you. I meant to mention, and I forgot to mention before the session, if you need to use a toilet during the session, the best thing is when we do the prostrations, just go then, so that we're up anyway. You don't have to break your session by getting up. And also, if you wish to drink water during the session, that's okay during the first day. Of course, not during the second day. Just best not to drink water during the mantra recitation. But other than that, it's okay to drink water. I'd also like to show you a couple more things on our altar that came. So we'll do that in a moment. But if there's any questions, if anybody has, very briefly, is there any questions coming in? Chat available. Okay, so if people have questions, just send them in, I guess, to CKSL, to Venerable Namjorng, and then we can address them later on. So just quickly, we'll show you some things that were not on the altar last night. So over here, see, we have this tanka now of Chenrezig. It's 4 Chenrezig. We don't have a tanka of 1,000 Chenrezig, but still, at least we have this. Which was donated to us by the monks here at Maratika Monastery. On the altar, you see we have one conch shell. We're only able to get one, actually. It would be good to have one for each of the offerings for all 7, but we visualize that that one represents all of them. And then I noticed we forgot to tie a kata around the victory vows, so we need to do that. I mentioned you need to have a 400 kata around both the vases. And then you can see here the tormas, which were wonderfully made for us by the monks here. Can you see it behind the candle? Oh, wow. So we have the main torma to Chenrezig, and then we have the red torma to the Dharma protectors, and this white torma to the local deities. Wow, they did a great job. And we have a nice sputter lamp for continuously burning here. So thank you very much, and we'll see you at 8:30 Indian time for the next session.